Good afternoon. This is continuation of your second chapter of history, socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. Now we will come to Russian Revolution. Now the government in Russia, they have taken over, that was taken over by the socialists through the October Revolution of 1917. Now fall of monarchy in February 1917 in Russia, and the events of October Revolution was called the Russian Revolution. So the next is the Russian Empire, how much big it was in 1917, in 1914. 1914, Tsar Nicholas II, he ruled Russia and its empire. Besides the territory around Moscow, the Russian Empire included present-day Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, parts of Poland, Ukraine and Belarus. Now the empire stretched to the Pacific, comprising the Central Asian states and present-day Georgia, Armenia and Azerbaijan. The major religion of Russia was Russian Orthodox Christianity, which grew out of Greek Orthodox Church. The empire also included Catholics, Protestants, Muslims and Buddhists. Now, how was the economy and society? At the beginning of 20th century, 85% of the Russian population were agrarian. That means agriculturist. They used to practice agriculture. Russia was a major exporter of grain. Russian cultivators produced for the market and for their own needs. In Russia, prominent industrial areas were St. Petersburg and Moscow. Craftsmen undertook much of the production, but large factories existed alongside craft workshops. In 1890s, many factories started due to the expansion of the railway network, and there was an increase in foreign investment in industries. As a result, coal production doubled, iron and steel output increased 4 times. The most industries were privately owned. Government supervised large factories to ensure minimum wages and limited hours of work. In crafts unit and small workshops, working hours were sometimes 15 hours compared to 10 to 12 hours in factories. Now, what was the situation of the workers? Workers were divided as social groups or by skill. Some connected to villages and some settled permanently in the cities. Metal workers were skilled workers, so they considered themselves as aristocrats. Now, women made up 31% of the factory labor force by 1914, but they were paid less than men. Workers were sometimes united and they used to participate in strikes. Now, what was the condition of the peasants in the countryside? In the countryside, peasants cultivated most of the land. The nobility, the crown and the Orthodox Church owned large properties. Peasants were divided on religious basis and they had no respect for the nobility. Nobles got their power through their services to the Tsar, not through local popularity. Now, in France, during the French Revolution in Brittany, peasants respected nobles and fought for them, but in Russia, peasants wanted the land of the nobles to be given to them. They refused to pay rent, even murdered landlords. In 1902, this occurred in a large scale in South Russia, but later, in 1905, such incidents spread all over Russia. Now, Russian peasants were different from other European peasants. They pooled their land together periodically and their commune divided the land according to the needs of the peasant families. Now, socialism in Russia. All political parties were illegal in Russia before 1914. The Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party was founded in 1898 by socialists who respected Marx's ideas. Due to government policies, it had to operate as an illegal organization. It started a newspaper, mobilized workers, and organized strikes. Some Russian socialists recognized that the Russian peasants' custom of dividing land periodically made them natural socialists. So they wanted to utilize this main force in the revolution. Now, Socialist Revolutionary Party was formed in 1900 by the socialists who struggled for the peasants' rights. They demanded that land belonging to nobles should be transferred to the peasants' hands. Now, Lenin and socialist movement. Lenin felt that peasants were not one united group due to financial differences. Due to these differentiation, they could not all be a part of socialist movement. The Social Democratic Party was later divided into two wings. One is the Bolsheviks and another one the Mensheviks. Now, Vladimir Lenin led the Bolshevik group. He was in the view that the Tsarist Russia, the party should be disciplined and control its equality and number of members. On the other hand, Menshevik group viewed that party should be open to all as it was in Germany. Now, a turbulent time. What is turbulent? A very hard time, because revolution is going to take place. In 1905 revolution. In the beginning of the 20th century, Russia was an autocracy and the Tsar was not subject to parliament. During the revolution of 1905, Social Democrats and Socialist revolutionaries worked with the peasants and workers to demand a constitution. Now, they were supported by the empire by nationalists and in Muslim dominated areas by Jihadists who wanted modernized Islam to lead their societies. Now, that time was a bad time for the Russian workers. The year 1904 was bad for Russian workers. What is the reason? Because of the increase in prices of essential goods. Then the real wages declined, was less by 20%. Membership for workers' associations rose dramatically. Now, when 4 members of the Assembly of Russian Workers formed in 1904 were dismissed at the Putilov Iron Works, thousands of workers went on strike. They demanded a reduction in the working hours because they have to work long hours in the factory. Now they want 8 hours shift, and increase in wages also they wanted, and improved working condition. Working condition also was not good, so they wanted an improved working condition. So only up to this much today. Again I will continue in the next class. Thank you.